What's up, and welcome to the Brojo for another episode of Dem Game Boys. I am John Dean.
I'm Eli Brown.
Mexican.
Okay, we'll just talk about some trailers first.
Say your fucking name, Gil.
Eli
You already said it for me.
probably doesn't care, but Gil, the new Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon trailers, what did you think?
It prints money. That series does. I'm just gonna buy it because it looks nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than that, looks like it could be an interesting way to start off the winter.
It still kind of feels like it's just like a reprint of Sun and Moon, and so even though like they've said that they're gonna do like flushing out Alola quite a bit, but I don't know. I'm still waiting to see if we'll get any more information before I get too excited about this one. Next trailer that we have to talk about is Project Cars 2. And this is a racing simulator style game. I don't know, I really like Project Cars, so.
Mom, I'm going fast.
I don't really have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
I don't really care for racing games.
Yeah, I mean, you play one, you play a majority of them, so. Next trailer is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. And I don't know, I debated not even like talking about this one because the other Sword Art Online games are so fucking boring. I don't know if either one of you have ever played them.
No, I haven't even seen the animes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have
Consider
zero
yourself
connection to this.
Consider yourself lucky. They're not good.
No, I tried to watch the first one. I got about halfway through it, and it's just boring.
Yeah.
Watch the abridged.
Yeah, watch the abridged. It's much better. It's actually much more of an emotional investment than the actual story, anyways. Alright, the next trailer is Monster Hunter World.
Hey, what? You guys talk about Monster Hunter World?
Yeah.
So, when we were watching the trailer, somebody said it looked cleaner.
It looked cleaner. Like,
do you mean like they swept and mopped, or
nah. Like,
Dude.
some people obviously don't understand what looking clean meant in a
Windex
fucking
to
like.
the screen?
I think everyone else understood what it meant when someone's like, everything looks cleaner, and someone's like, oh, what does it mean by look clean? Yeah, someone just took a window rag and just like, oh, there's a smudge. No, it looks a lot prettier. You gotta remember, like, oh, it's Kien, by the way, if you don't know my voice.
Nobody cares, Kien. Keep talking.
But, it's, I don't know, like, when you showed me Monster Hunter Stories trailer, what, two episodes ago, or last episode?
I don't remember.
2 episodes.
It was 2 episodes
It's
ago.
2
So I
episodes.
was there.
Yeah.
I was very saddened by it, and this just gets me going. I'm just like, yeah, Monster Hunter Worlds. I played it on the PS2, and at first I thought it was just a PS4 exclusive.
He's talking about Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter, sorry, yeah.
World.
But at first I thought it was a PS4 exclusive because that's what it looked like, and then this trailer said it was on Xbox One, so I'm definitely going to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm probably still going to get it for PS4.
There's a Velociraptor chicken boss, okay? There's nothing that tells me that, like,
There's
gets me all
always
pumped.
absurd chicken bosses.
Right, so
it's pretty great.
There's
Who
that.
doesn't want that?
Yeah, no, it looks fun.
Yeah, I've always been into the Monster Hunter series. I like how this one is looking really crisp graphics-wise, and I'm excited that it's coming back to a PlayStation format over top of trying to play it on Wii or 3DS. So I'm pretty pumped.
I did like the portability of it on the 3DS.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
They have stories in this cycle.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have stories. It's good.
I'll probably get both, honestly.
Same.
The next thing is Yakuza 6 is getting a new special edition with all the included dilk and such.
Please explain more.
I pretty much did just explain it.
That was it. There we go.
Yeah. Comes with like a shot glass as well. So it's going to be absurdly expensive, more than likely. Alright, next thing is Spellforce 3 got a cinematic trailer. and this is an RTS style game. It's kind of like knights versus mages and shit like that.
Yeah.
People blow up good.
I think
was-
it looks good.
Yeah, it looked really interesting. They definitely did a good job of like grabbing my attention.
Yeah.
Because I had never heard of the Spellforce series before seeing this trailer, so.
Sounds like a campy game from the 90s that you'd find on a Nintendo.
Yeah, the title does.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
That's probably kind of pretty much what it is, I'm guessing.
That's where it's from. Who knows?
Next thing is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite story trailer. I don't know if you guys are into fighting games at all, but I am pretty excited.
I'm not, but I like to watch the story on YouTube after
yeah.
they come out.
Yeah,
Very much.
especially the story, because that's what's important in fighting games.
No, it's just
I
it's like
very much am looking forward to Civil
I'm
War.
not good at fighting games.
I don't know, I'm pretty excited. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was one of my favorite fighting games on the last gen consoles, so
Any reason they went from 3 to Infinite?
because it's a higher number than 3.
Yes, but so is 4. And it leaves less of a realm of possibilities.
True. Well, staying in touch with fighting games, Tekken got an iOS and Android announcement as well as a trailer. I think it's kind of weird that we're seeing a lot of really big games coming to like tablets and phones and shit like that.
I don't think it's weird. I think it just makes sense.
Yeah, I think
Man.
fighting games is kind of a weird style of game for
They already have.
touchscreen format.
Well, no, but they already have some fighting.
Oh
games
yeah, I
for
mean
it.
Injustice and Injustice 2 both also came out for iOS and Android as well.
I don't even mean like that. Like, god damn it, I don't remember what it's called. There's a Marvel fighting game that's already on there
Oh, is
that
there?
I played for a
Oh,
while.
yeah, it's like Avengers or something like
Yeah.
Marvel Heroes.
Marvel,
Yeah,
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
And I mean, it's pretty simple, but
that. Yeah.
it's still, I mean, it's on
Well,
there.
that's kind of one of the
the
reasons
framework
why,
is there.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I don't know if it's the best format for it is because fighting games are really technical generally.
Probably not, but people still buy it.
Yeah, that's as long as people are buying it, they're gonna
Exactly.
make it. Next thing is Planet of the Apes: Last Frontier.
Telltale does it again.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
from what we've kind of seen, it seems like there really wasn't much in the gameplay reveal, but they have stated that there's going to be more than just what they've shown so far. They've said that the choices that you make throughout the game are going to affect how the story both unfolds and concludes. And this one is supposed to be taking place in between the movie that just came out recently and the one before it. So I'm kind of excited because I like the Planet of the Apes series. I haven't seen the newest movie yet, so I'll probably have to watch that before the game comes out.
I haven't seen any of the movies. Just an alien concept altogether.
Uncultured fuck.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. They just don't appeal to me.
Monkeys riding horses. How do you not want to
It's a
see that?
fucking dope movie.
I love
Series.
animals riding animals.
A horse on a horse.
Yeah, exactly, like the horse on the horse from Lego Movie. And then The Evil Within got a new story trailer,
That's a
which
thing.
gave us like 0 hints as to what's going on in the story.
People are dying. There's blood
There's
everywhere.
stuff happening. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sadness.
exactly. It's gonna be a real spoopy game.
Will there be
I'm
very
still even pretty surprised that the game even got a sequel. I know that the first one got like a huge cult following, but I thought it was horse shit, so I'm probably not gonna get this.
I'm not relatively interested in it at
I
all.
might play it when it's free on Xbox Live or something like that.
I wouldn't even play if it was free.
Take up space on my hard drive. For a
I'd still
while.
get it in case I wanted to play it someday, but I don't think
Yeah.
that'd ever happen.
I don't know. I like survival horror games and stuff like that, but The Evil Within just did not play that well, in my opinion. Next thing is We Happy Few got an official release date of April 13th. So a long fucking time from now. That's another survival horror game that got like a demo earlier in the year. It's been in production for a pretty long time now, though. So I'm glad that we at least have a release date for that. Do you guys know anything about this game at all? Or
I feel like I've heard the name, but I can't think of any images that I've seen of it.
it has like a really original Bioshock-esque art style.
Ah,
And so that's
I could
what
go
kind of
for
got
some
me.
of that.
That's what
Yeah.
kind of got me interested in the first place.
I think I might know, but I'm not entirely sure.
And then next thing on the list is Capcom. Well, this was kind of sort of leaked information from Kotaku UK, but reportedly what they stated is that Capcom is planning to release Okami HD on PS4 and Xbox One in December. But Capcom hasn't confirmed this, so nothing's really known yet. But I'm super excited if it does turn out to be a thing. Because I love Okami. I love the art style, I like the story. The gameplay is a little on the boring side until you get into like being able to use like the Wiimote to paint and shit like that.
It's like being Wolflink, the game.
Except for it's better.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Oh really?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Like you say Okami, that's just a word that means nothing to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets me pretty excited because I played them when I was younger, and I've been wanting remasters for a long time. So to hear that Capcom is thinking about doing it, it does totally sound like something that could possibly be real. Because I'm not the only person that wants it. Next thing is Splatoon 2 and Switch are now going to be bundled. It's going to be a Walmart exclusive, and it's going to come with neon pink and neon green Joy-Cons, a digital copy of Splatoon 2, and it's going to be priced at $380. So the price of a Switch plus a brand new game plus like $20.
No, thank you.
So yeah, you're getting the bundle
Joke.
of the Switch with the game for more than what buying the Switch and the game would be.
That's I still think $60 is too much for Splatoon.
Really?
Yeah, I really.
I
do.
disagree.
I don't think it's.
I think
worth that
Splatoon
much.
is one of the better recent Nintendo releases. It's a lot of fun in my opinion.
Do you just hate
Like-
squids or what?
Well, no, it.
Or kids.
Squids and kids?
Kids, yes. Squids, not so much.
But Eli,
But I mean,
are
it's.
you a squid now?
No,
Are you a kid now?
kinda.
Alright, next thing that we're going to talk about is a little bit more Pokemon Go news, and that is that Mewtwo is now going to be coming to Pokemon Go in the form of exclusive legendary raids. And they call them exclusive raids because you won't be able to take part unless you have already caught one of the other legendaries from the previous raids.
That's bullshit.
I mean, I don't
Oh,
really. I mean, anyone who really wants to catch him's already gonna have the other legendaries, so I really
Yeah.
don't care.
That's, yeah, I've
Isn't
kind of
like
on that
the
same
percentage rate of catching a legendary like 3%?
point. No, it's super fucking high.
Really?
Like, everybody's catching them, like, you have to go through
Got
the process.
legendaries left and right.
I
They're
just
common
like,
as hell.
because it's like
You have to go through the process of going to the raid location and taking part with other people in battling and wearing the Pokemon down.
Okay.
But then once you beat the raid boss, you pretty much can throw a Pokeball and catch it just like any other Pokemon.
Okay. So like anyone can get it. Like it's not just one person
Yeah.
in that raid gets it.
Yeah, but again, you have to take part in the raid with other people. You're not going to be able to beat it on your own.
Challenge
And
accepted.
I mean, I'm sure it's possible,
I'll go with you.
but it'd be pretty tough.
There's a Moltres down at the bridge. We can do it.
And the last thing that we have for news is Call of Duty World War II is getting a private multiplayer beta starting August 25th.
But does that include zombies?
Like I
No.
really,
Then I don't care.
I really like first-person shooters. I just don't care about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time.
On the bright side,
there's
they
a-
stopped going into space.
I mean, yeah, that's because they saw that Battlefield 1 was so popular.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, maybe we'll go back in time.
But seeing a lot of the changes that they did to Battlefield 1 too, when they did that, and how good it turned out gives me a little bit faith in this game also, because a lot of just the idea of like returning to the roots of like how those earlier games kind of started.
Yeah, but my other problem with Call of Duty is that whereas Battlefield, you got the vehicles and stuff and everything changes, the gadgets, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty is just, guns and a couple other stuff. So I feel like it's pretty much just going to be the same game, only it'll look, like it's in World War II.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same side of that too. I don't know. I'm not going to even try to take part in this beta.
That's,
But I'll probably end up playing it at some point after it comes out. And if I like it enough, I might get it. Because I do kind of like Call of Duty a little bit more than Battlefield. I like the arcade styleness of the shooter more than I like the realistic shooters. Because I feel like more happens in the middle. Less of me running around the map looking for people. And more
and I get that.
me actually getting killed by other people.
Over and over and over.
Yeah. Hashtag 1 in 27.
That's
That's
a good
an
day.
actual.
I'm the person who does that to people.
I've actually done that before. It was funny.
Anything else?
That's all we got for news. But I was going to talk to you guys about how you feel about betas versus demos. And how you feel about private betas for games. This isn't like a public beta. You have to sign up for it.
Well, I mean, that shows that
Yeah.
there's
I don't know. I just,
Sign up or get invited.
I guess I don't really care. But
Well, I guess we do have one more
I
trailer
mean,
that we can talk about real quick. And that is today, the day that this is being recorded, which is Saturday.
August 19th.
That's the day.
Today's not Tuesday?
Battlefront 2's Space Combat trailer came out.
Oh hey, for some reason like a bunch of people decided to come in and talk about this.
Yeah.
We're all here.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
It's
Now, you're a squid now.
You're a kid now. No,
I'm fucking pumped.
Oh, same.
Like,
Gil, take that off right now.
this
Don't
is
do it, Gil.
This is definitely a decent way for me to get excited about Battlefront 2.
I was already excited.
Yeah,
Just
I
from
mean,
the
I wasn't
regular gameplay.
I wasn't like not excited, but this is more news that gets me pumped for Battlefront 2.
There was only one part of it that disappointed me, and that was not seeing players getting out of their ships and
Yeah.
going onto
Yeah.
other players' like main ships
Yeah,
that
I
they
hope
like
that's a
spawn
thing.
Maybe
out
they'll
of.
share that.
I hope that's a
But-
thing,
Show
though.
that.
Other than that, exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah,
I
because
am
they're
so hyped.
They're like flying through the bigger ships
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like doing trench runs and shit like that, and it's like that's what I want to fucking do.
I was just thought Stoke Yoda was a pilot.
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
I was just
Yeah,
like, that's
they've got
that's
so
tight.
many different
You don't
heroes
have
in their
to,
ships.
Darth Maul too.
The first, did you play the DLC for Battlefront? First
A
Battlefront?
little bit of it, yeah.
The Death Star DLC had a trench run where like you were.
I did not play
That
the
was
Death
really
Star.
fun.
Yeah, the Trench Run DLC was actually super fun.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to more of that then.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
So hyped. I might actually pre-order this game. No shame.
Yeah, like I'm pooping my pants
Maybe.
already.
Especially since they said the DLC
There's,
is all
like-
free.
As
That-
soon
yeah.
if they announce Galactic Conquest at this point, I'm like, all
Not.
right, I'm getting it on release.
I know
day, don't
exactly
care.
how I want them to announce that. I just want to see like the little command point pop up, and then I just hear the voice in Galactic Conquest.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
I think the best time to do it would be like a day before release.
Shits their pants.
Collectively, yeah.
It's like I should have pre-ordered.
As I say, yeah, you want to do that like a week so everyone can pre-order it.
No, that's the point. Pre-order would sell out that night.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. But since everybody's here now, does anybody else have any opinions on demos versus betas and private betas versus public ones?
I am okay with betas as long as it's an open beta, because that is basically a demo almost in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because especially nowadays, where a lot of the focus is on multiplayer, and that's what's going to make you buy the game most of the time.
That's the part that
nowadays.
I totally agree with is especially when it's a multiplayer beta.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be open.
You want the most demographic possible.
Exactly.
rather than
Yeah.
just,
You
oh,
want-
you have to sign up for
Get
this.
the best amount of feedback.
I'm looking at this at a Sword Art Online kind of thing, and I hated the guys who did the beta before them because they were too good, and so everyone else was dying. So hypothetically,
I've always hated that
You just
portion
need
in
to
the
get
anime
good.
because that doesn't make any sense.
Does it?
It's literally a game, a virtual reality game where you're physically
Yeah.
moving a sword around, and yet you're gonna say that the beta guys are better because they got more time to play.
that's what I'm just.
Did you not pretend you were a knight when you were a kid or what?
Yeah.
you, don't,
Stick
you
around
don't know how to
with
swing
you.
a sword? Anyways, yeah,
Sorry.
I'm okay with private betas if it's like really early into the development
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And I
if
mean,
it's-
Call of Duty is typically like a November release thing, and I'm pretty sure that they're like keeping with tradition for this one.
Probably.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're not that far away from getting this game.
Mhm.
And again, it's
yeah.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
I think they would want as many people logging into this beta as fucking possible, because multiplayer is so much huger than like a single player would be. So there's so much more room for like bugs and errors and shit like that. You're gonna need as many people playing it to find that kind of stuff, because that's one of the points of a beta versus a demo.
I do miss demos because
Yeah.
that was a lot, especially because demos back in the day a lot of the time included some multiplayer in it.
Yeah.
Like the Halo
Yeah.
3 demo included multiplayer in it,
Yeah,
and then you
it
could play like a piece of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that more. I always based like my purchases like off of demos.
That's exactly why
Yeah.
I like demos as well, is because I
Yeah.
had an opportunity to play the game before buying it.
Mhm.
And now it's
I
almost
agree
like
with you.
it's like a shady thing where
Yeah.
we don't want you to
Yeah,
see
they
how
can
shitty our game
really
is
fuck it
before
up.
you buy it.
Like, you
It's
drop
like the
the
first
yeah.
time.
really well.
Guess what? This
Yeah.
game's super hyped. You can buy it, find out if it's shit or not. You have no way of knowing.
No
Yeah.
Man's Sky.
It-
We have
you.
that
Ouch.
game.
Well,
that game
yeah, I was
needs to
gonna
fuck
talk
right
about
off.
that.
Speaking of No Man's Sky, No Man's Sky is actually getting a huge
Yeah.
update coming
Yeah,
out,
that's
right.
where they're including a bunch of stuff that was like promised before, and IGN even had a video where they ran into another player playing No Man's Sky.
For me, that shit's
So
a
like
little...
the only two people in existence still playing No Man's Sky.
Right,
many other in
that's,
game.
that's what I mean. Like when No Man's Sky's like, now you get to cooperate with people. I'm like, that shit's too late to me, man. Like you.
Nah, it's not
you,
too late for me.
You, fuck you.
I'll still do
You
it.
dropped the ball on
You
that.
dro- you did.
I still have it. I still play it every once
I
in
was
a
gonna
while.
say, it's like a $10 game now. I'll buy that.
Yeah,
Right, I mean-
especially because the game is so cheap now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All I remember is our old roommate dropping like
Oh my god.
$50 to
$50
$60 and getting the special edition,
Yeah.
and it only played it for 20 minutes. He's like, well, I didn't understand what this game was supposed to be about. I'm like, alright, that's cool. Like, for me, that's like, when someone's like, you get to be with other people, I'm like, cool. Where's this infinite worlds where you can't get to the center of it? Show me that.
Well, I think a
Well,
lot
you
of
can.
yeah, you can totally get to the center of the galaxy. It's
Just-
just fucking pointless.
Yeah, I'm just giving the game shit.
Like, you
'cause,
literally
like,
get to the center of the galaxy and then you start fucking over.
Yeah,
That's-
it warps
There's
you back
nothing
out.
there.
that's
Oh.
the thing. That's the thing that always gets me about that. Like, they hype this game so much because I remember when we first started doing the podcast, Jay brought up No Man's Sky, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. This sounds really cool. And then I actually see it. I'm like, this game is shit.
I had
Well-
no hope for No Man's Sky when it was coming out, especially with all the promises they were making, because I was just like, I feel like I've heard this before. Where have I heard this before? Oh yeah, Fable.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they
Yeah.
promised a lot more than even like Peter Molyneux would ever promise, and
Yeah.
he's known for promising things and not delivering.
Yeah.
But
know.
this came from Hello Games, which was basically like an unknown studio beforehand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before this,
that's-
they made like an iOS, Android fucking
Yeah.
car game.
And
like,
so-
that was it.
I think it's not really their fault that all of this stuff was happening, because Sony was doing a lot of the background hype up for this
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't their fault. You know what I mean with that?
Well,
like, I just
one of their execs was doing a lot of talking too, but again, it's like Sony was really pushing them to like hype this game up as much as possible.
Yeah, they
and
were. And
they're like, hey, talk about this thing, and they're like, that's not in the game, but I guess we can include it in.
I guess we will attempt to put that in.
Yeah, and then
and
they
dildos will pop up if you press the X. Okay, I guess we'll put that in.
They
Press
ended
X
up
3
not.
times to get dildo.
They ended up just not having the time or the resources of the people to even like implement all of the stuff that they wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I mean, they at one point they even like said that we knew we were fucked from the start.
Yeah, they did.
Right, and that's my thing about this. I feel like they were too big for their britches on this whole thing.
Yeah.
And
At least they're still working on
They,
it.
I mean, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
awesome.
They didn't.
But
abandon
that's
it.
my thing, though. It's like I hate like I think that's the problem with modern day games in general. That like you have to have patches now.
I think most of the problem is interference from the major.
Yeah.
corporate
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
releasing
They
the
really
game through.
push shit out.
Yeah, because they're like trying to push it out, and you don't have a complete game. I don't think Assassin's Creed Unity was that bad.
That game was not finished at all.
Nah, but it just
Released
wasn't-
Well, that's another
glitchy as
game
hell.
that's been getting a lot of patches and updates and is actually a very playable game.
Right, and
now.
that's the thing. It was not a bad game. It's just
It was
buggy as
better
shit.
with the glitches.
Right, it was funnier
Yeah,
with the
I
glitches.
liked when people's
then-
faces
I
just
know.
disappeared.
Yeah.
I liked when you saw a body that, like, a dead body, and all of a sudden it just fly around
Yeah.
the corner, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Stupid shit.
But like,
No.
But then you get into like, you know, you talk about these games that get released too early, and then I have to bring up Andromeda, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
as I think that's what really
I don't
killed-
think Andromeda...
Speaking of Andromeda, they're no longer gonna patch or update any part of the single player
Yeah, they
campaign,
pretty much abandoned it.
which
But
is disappointing.
I don't think Andromeda was a case of being released, like, too early. Like, obviously it was with the facial animations, but I think
Well,
most of
no, a lot of that was like them being too spaced out. Like they didn't
Yeah.
have enough people working on Andromeda.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like I think most of that has to do with the majority of their team working on that new
Anthem.
project, their Anthem
Yeah.
that they're putting out.
Yeah.
It's like we said when we talked about Anthem in the other episode. We know where all of the facial animators were working at that time
Right,
period.
and
So
but that's the thing that's shitty though. Like I know you want to make Anthem big because it's your new thing, but at the same time, you're cutting something that you already know was going to, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
already just causing hype by having
Right.
the name
I
Mass
was a
Effect.
huge
Yeah.
Mass Effect fan, but I wasn't that disappointed that Andromeda wasn't very good because BioWare always goes downhill the more they just keep pushing out like a well-known IP of theirs.
yeah,
Like,
that's
their
true,
strong
too.
suit is putting out new IPs and
I mean,
creating a new story.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at how Mass Effect 3 was received as well.
Yeah.
Like, I almost kind of expected Andromeda to have at least a similar outcome. Just because people are still salty about Mass Effect 3's ending.
I'm definitely still salty.
I'm so
about
yeah,
it.
I'm salty
I'm
about
still-
that. That ending
I
is
mean,
it was
I'm
pretty
not.
bad.
I'm not talking crap. I'm salty too.
yeah, that ending
I
is
mean, I'm
total
like
horseshit.
I'm fucking.
All they had to do
I'm
was
peanut
just
roasted over
slap
that
a
bullshit.
simple ending
Like,
on there.
Y'all
I get-
should. You had you had two choices. Either be a dick and join whatever the reverse.
Well, there's 3 endings. but
Yeah.
They're all the fucking same.
They're all the
You
same.
die
Just in
no matter
different
what.
colors.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
basically
just
just
different
different
blue,
colors.
Like,
and I'm just like, that's bullshit.
Whenever I get a wild hair up my ass to replay the trilogy, because I do that from time to time, I always let the Marauder at the end of the game before you get teleported up into the... I forget what they call the weapon, but I always let him kill me and just pretend that that's the ending, that Marauder just takes you down before you can get there.
It's all the glory.
And I'm done. No, and like, but that's the thing. Like, my thing about like, I don't know, glitchy games are shit to me. But my favorite kind of demos, going back to demos, is the PS1 demos that like came in a fucking disc.
Yeah, where you got like 78.
You got
on one
7
disc.
games in one
Remember
disc.
when you went to the store and bought like the game magazine and it
Yeah.
had the disc in there? You're
Yep.
just like, what's on here?
And then you put it in, and
Put
like
it
that's
into your PC and it's like, we cannot play this.
right. Like, my thing about that is like the PS1. I never actually owned Crash Bandicoot. I just owned the fucking demo, and I would just play that over and over and over again.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had a bunch of like original Xbox demos, And I remember I would just sit there and play some of my favorite demos over and over again.
Right,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because there was like one for like Breakdown, which was a game that I never actually owned.
See, my thing was always they would put demos
On DVDs?
other games. So like just a simple one to be like NCAA 06 would have the basketball version on there too. Like, there was a demo of that just on the disc that you could play. You could only play like 3 teams, but all the mechanics were there.
It's all Duke.
Speaking of
I feel
game
like that was
demos
one of
being
them
on
actually.
DVD, do you remember when they used to put shitty games to go with the movie on the DVD?
Oh,
yeah.
Like the point and
Yeah.
click shit.
Your remote could not work with it. Like the guiltiest one was the Sinbad one because
Yeah.
it's like a choose your own adventure, and you're like, I want to do this. No.
No, stop.
One of my favorite demos was the Final Fantasy 12 demo that I got with Dragon Quest 8.
Oh my God, I
It was
forgot
like
about that.
2
one.
hours of gameplay
Yeah.
on a fucking demo.
And you're just
And-
like, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like a 40-hour fucking
I mean,
game
yeah,
if you
I know.
blazed through it.
It's just like, wow, remember when games used to like tease you about other games, like the Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
teasers, like, oh guys, there's more. 10 years later, but there'll be more. I'm like, you fucking assholes.
Damn it.
I mean, the only things that really do demos nowadays are like 3DS games, though.
Well, I get demos because I play a lot of survival games.
Okay.
They tend to do demos.
Yeah,
instead of betas.
Xbox has like a game preview section.
Well,
And
yeah, I was
such,
gonna say
too,
because
but-
anymore stuff just comes out
Yeah.
while it's still in alpha or beta.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Like-
something that bothers
like-
me.
It bothers me, but at the same time, it's good. Like, I've been playing a lot of 7 Days to Die recently,
Yeah.
and that's still just in beta. It came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
but you
say,
guys play Arc too,
yeah,
and that
you
just
I do
finally
like
we
Arc,
play
yeah.
Arc,
Yeah.
and that finally got
that
released.
finally
is-
technically got
That's
released.
Well, yeah.
technically released now.
And
Damn.
I play a lot of Dead Cells, which is like a Dark Souls-esque platformer game, and it's still in like pre-release format. But I kind of like that because you can buy it in pre-release format for cheaper, and then you get to keep
Yeah.
it after it releases
Yeah.
again too.
I mean, you're just taking the risk that they never finish it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, well.
But I mean,
It's
it's a
whatever.
really polished game, even the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't run into any problems with it at all, and they're continuously updating it still.
I do kind of wish though we'd have more demos, but like for me, like I like fighting game demos a lot. Like when we used to get them a lot because then I was an asshole and I just learned how to play them. But that's not the point. Like I just knew what I was getting into with demos. Like
Yeah.
when you have a demo, you kind of know what you're getting into,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna be like overhyped and over not hyped. Now all we get is like this quote unquote gameplay that like may not be in there 6 months down the road.
Yeah.
What we
That's-
get now is gameplay footage, which looks
Trailers,
nothing
yeah.
like the actual gameplay.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
But Watch Dogs
I don't know
2
about
played a
2.
lot like how it was
That's good.
announced.
Watch Dog
Yeah.
1 was shit because they're like, you
Watch
can do
Dogs
this,
1,
and this.
they didn't really have like a gameplay footage kind of thing for it. They had like a gameplay trailer, which like showed off the quote unquote graphics, and then it was really downgraded when it released. And then they said that there was going to be all this stuff you could do, but it ended up being really shallow.
It's like that new
Yeah.
PS4 game, like The Humans of Detroit or something like that, where these like cyborgs are on a rebellion. It's like, this is gameplay footage. I'm like, I'm pretty positive this isn't.
Oh,
this is like
it's
a
Detroit Beyond Human or
yeah,
something like
Detroit
that.
Beyond Human. I'm
I don't
like,
know. I'm pretty excited for that. I think it looks interesting.
It looks
as fuck.
interesting, but like they're like, did you see it? Did you see how cool it is? I'm like,
But that was like a cinematic.
that was a cinematic.
trailer.
Alright. So, but then like my thing about this,
It
though,
was a cinematic trailer that was like displaying the mechanics that are supposed to
Right.
be implemented.
and
in
like
the
for
game.
me though, like when we're talking about that Monster Hunter trailer, I like look at that and I'm like, yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna get. Like I
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
getting into. with
Well, I mean, again, Monster Hunter is a series that has been going on for a while. and
Right.
It's been pretty kind of consistently the same
But I-
gameplay since early on.
yeah, but where I stand with like the Call of Duty closed betas, I'm like, why? Like you know, people are gonna play it anyways. Like
Yeah,
they're not.
that's true.
Not you change like no offense, anyone who plays Call of Duty and actually really likes it, you change nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that has ever really changed besides you can one punch someone with a
Close.
boxing glove.
Closed betas are like a double-edged sword for me. I really like them because then if I manage to get into one, then I can talk shit to all the people that didn't get into it. But then if somebody else gets into it and I didn't, then they talk shit to me. So I mean, there's good and
But
bad
you're
to
a
that.
douche though about
I am.
this
What I
shit.
do.
Like, that's the thing.
That's what I did to Jay about Gwent for like 3 months.
You got to the closed beta of Gwent?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun.
It was
I really
fun.
liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, Gwent
I mean,
is fun. I'm playing.
I
the
like Gwent.
Open.
I think that just
anyways,
came
so-
out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like Jay should be butthurt anyways. He played for like 30 minutes, rage quit and leave, and not play it ever again.
Probably. The reason Ela and I don't play games with Jay anymore.
I
Any
play
game-
some games with Jay.
Just about any game we end up playing, Jay is raging in the background.
No,
Or
my
like-
biggest
or
problem is he just
fucking
leaves in
idiot.
the middle of matches.
Okay, so and then like,
And I
but
need
then
him
when
for
we were
bait.
bringing up like patches and shit like that, like I think Overwatch is like one of the most overhyped games in my
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. Because it's Blizzard.
Did that
Yeah.
win Game of the Year?
Yeah, it
It did.
That's the second Game of the Year that I've disagreed with. I've
Well-
disagreed with that and Dragon Age Inquisition for Game of the Year.
I thought
awards.
Inquisition was really good.
I did too. I liked it. a
I
lot.
thought Inquisition
That
was
was
fun.
yeah, you were talking
It
about
was
the
fun to
Bioware
play.
like degrading as like Inquisition was better than 2.
Yeah,
so I'll
I
take
agree
that
with
as like
that.
an up spike a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Not quite as good as Origins.
Go.
but
There's your decline though. Is
Yeah.
that Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age
Oh, yeah,
2
that was
is
a
like
huge
literally
decline.
dropping off a cliff.
they booted
and then
that shit right up.
Inquisition
Inquisition.
was a really,
But no, like
really
where
good
I
game.
where I stand with that, I like how when someone's dying from a certain attack, mass emails would be to Blizzard like, he keeps killing me with his claw. I guess we'll just nerf him, and then they find another thing to bitch about.
nerf
Nah.
this, bitch.
No, they're just
well, I mean, we can talk about that for a little bit too. How do you guys feel about nerfing and buffing?
I think
in
it's
video games.
depending.
Fine
I
with that.
play League. You don't need to talk to me.
I mean, I have done a decent amount of League as
I
well
served
as
my
I
tour
played
on League.
a lot of Overwatch.
Still serving.
and stuff, and I actually don't like nerfing.
No, I think
characters.
it's horseshit.
I would
Alright.
prefer.
I've met some shit that needs
Now-
to be fucking nerfed.
No, I would actually prefer that they buff everybody else.
No.
Right, and
Have
I-
any of you played Smite though?
Yeah.
All right, every character, not every character, like 90% of the time, the characters they come out with can just kill everyone else, and if you don't have one on your team, you lose.
Yeah, that's basically
Yeah, that's
how it
true.
is.
And then you do need to nerf them to an extent.
Well, because they kind of have a thing where like you can buy characters. Esque. Isn't that in Smite? Where no,
for
they just
$30,
released-
you can just buy everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like a money grab, is what they do. Like
I
these
think it's
big
a
ass
really good-
characters are like now you can buy them and
Well, yeah, but I mean, for $30, it's really good.
yeah.
I
why I
stand
did
to
it.
the point where like I feel like some of these guys are just like petty assholes at when it comes to video games. Like
Yeah.
in my personal opinion, but this guy's too strong.
So what you're saying is that they just need to get good?
Yeah, like I suck. Like I'll admit I
Yeah,
suck at video.
that's-
Like for real, like I suck at video games like 100%. But I'm never gonna be like, God, this character's too overpowerful. I'm like, man, I really suck at this game. I should probably get better at it.
I'm slightly okay with nerfing because I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to like first-person shooters, when they have those shotguns that can shoot like halfway across the
That was
map,
me.
then I
Yeah.
start to get a little
That was
pissed
me.
off.
I was the one
The
doing that.
one shot cross
You
snap
piece of
shotgun,
shit.
you're like, the fuck was
I don't-
that?
I found
I
that
don't-
shotgun and I was just like,
I
this will
don't
kill
mind-
everyone.
I don't mind it as much when it's like shotguns that use slugs.
Yeah,
Because
as
that's,
long as the slug
you know,
has drop. There were
realistic.
what game was it where they had a fucking slug shotgun that literally shot across the map in Call of
Bad
Duty?
Company 2?
No, there was a Call of Duty
Oh.
shotgun that shot a slug that you got unlocked at like level 4.
Bad Company 2 is the shit.
I
though.
remember-
There's
Black
no
Ops.
Bad Company
I
2. They were
remember
literally
Black Ops.
just shotgun snipers.
Yeah,
Just
I
shoot
remember.
people from like 100
I
yards
remember
away.
in Modern Warfare 3 when it first came out. I think it was the SPAS 12,
Oh
which
my
was
God.
like a buckshot, and
Yeah.
you could literally like shoot people from like
Yeah.
miles away.
Well,
I don't have as much problem with that in Call of Duty because there's not any like huge open areas.
Well, there are decently sized maps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
most of it's tight corridors and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
shotgun killed me, whatever.
Fuck it.
But at the same
But
time,
like
if
Battlefield,
I'm like,
it's like shooting me across the desert with a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's some shit.
That seems right.
I like, for me, like, and I just always like, I don't know, nerfing is, I think, pointless. I think you should buff other characters.
I think you should get good.
Yeah.
As somebody who plays League and understands that it's like $1 million corporation, like their fucking tournaments around the world,
yeah,
I've seen
Yeah.
people
true.
abuse the shit out of things that are slightly overpowered. And I'm just like, the fuck is this? Dude just won $5 million because this guy had 2 attack damage severe
Yeah.
than anybody else.
And I mean, going back to what you said, Kien, where it's, not so much that they're overpowered, it's just that you suck. I do that when it's specifically like me or like my group of friends are just getting their ass handed, but when it's like everyone in the game, like if they
Yeah,
just
no
don't
matter
have this
what they
character,
do.
you just lose.
yeah.
Alright,
that's
that's
the
cool.
thing.
I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel
Like,
you.
the thing that
That's
made
when I
me
think they need nerfs.
quit
Yeah.
playing World of Warcraft was when they introduced the what's the name of that character? Like the Death Knight or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The character that started at level 60 and then their powers are just OP as fuck, and PvP is a pain in the ass when they had them.
You played Warcraft?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
a little bit.
Nerd.
Yeah,
I love
when
me some WoW back
For
in the
Honor
day.
first came out, there's 2 characters that get shields in the game.
Yep.
The
And-
Viking and the Knight.
Well, there's
Conqueror.
Yeah, the Conqueror and then the
I played the
Warlord.
Conqueror.
And when it
Fucking
first
course
came,
I
you
also
did.
played the Warlord.
yeah, because when they first came out, that shield was fucking
Oh, yeah.
ridiculously
Conqueror was
impossible to
stupid
get
OP.
past. It was bullshit.
So
And
they-
as
It was
someone
the
who's-
only way I could win a fight, though. I was
yeah.
really bad.
You'll have to play me sometime. I'll train you.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Is that game not dead?
It's definitely more dead than
Yeah, I thought For Honor was just dead. I haven't heard anything about
Season
it.
3 just came out. And
Yeah,
they've
we
been
talked
doing-
about this last week.
They've been doing a lot of patching and updating to that too. And
Yeah.
I think it's gonna stay relatively
At least
much
they're-
smaller than it did until they do
I mean,
things.
at least they're sticking with it.
Till they do
Mhm.
like dedicated servers, but I really hope that they don't do dedicated servers.
Usually
Isn't that an
Ubisoft
Ubisoft
drops.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
they drop games fast if they don't do good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Ubisoft's always iffy anyways.
So
Yeah.
at least they stuck with it.
They release some really good
I'm
games,
just glad
but then
that
they
it's
release
like
really crap
the
games.
first game in a while that isn't like some bullshit fucking open world game that's like a base copy of GTA.
I like what it tried to do, but
Yeah.
they could have done it better.
Open world games.
Like I said,
I mean, I was more into it for the gameplay than anything else, and
I was
still
I was
enjoy
promised
it,
I was promised samurais, Vikings, and knights fighting an evil sorceress bitch. I did not get that.
Well, if you had done your research, you would have seen that the story was probably going to be shit anyways.
Yeah. I was just promised that, and I did not get it.
Yeah.
They literally announced that it was like a multiplayer.
Promised,
focused
or were
game.
they like, we're probably gonna have
We
that
might give you
It's
the
not
deal.
really like a
10%
promise.
chance?
It's like I think Kien probably just like watched the cinematic trailer.
I
and
did,
was all like,
I
oh
did.
my god! And then forgot it existed until
Yeah.
he played it.
Like I did. I was like, fan fiction
Because
alive.
they literally talked about it being a multiplayer focused game
Yeah.
over
Oh,
anything
yeah.
else.
I even liked the multiplayer setup. With
I
the
loved it.
regions and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But I was like, man,
I didn't-
every time I fight for my team, they just lose a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't care.
It's
I
just me
didn't,
getting my ass kicked.
I didn't really care enough about like the regions and stuff to worry about it or anything, but I did like that it was there.
Yeah, it was cool.
And that I could either automatically or manually deploy my war assets and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's been another episode of Dem Game Boys. I am John Dean.
Eli Brown.
I feel at this point we should all introduce ourselves.
Just say your fucking name, Gil.
Introducing ourselves.
Oh god.
Outro.
Are we all here?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still
we're all
here.
here.
Well, I
Right,
mean,
guy.
Jay left.
It's game. Well, fuck Jay.
Fuck you.
Bye, Jay.
All right, later,
Later.
guys.